Hey guys, how you doing? Good evening, good morning to all you guys around the world. Good afternoon. Welcome back to Pokemon Unite, featuring Gengar here in the Master Rank going in the bot lane. Yeah, in the bot lane, not the jungle. And what do you know? Another enemy Gengar in the bot lane. I wanted to go ahead and show this off just because I felt it was kind of cool to see another Gengar in lane with me, opposed to going in the jungle. At the end of the day, though, I mean, I was trying to go jungle like a normal person, but this happens often, where enemy Greninja, Talonflame, Frogadier, what have you, decides to go jungle too. So, I get a lot of comments down there asking, you know, how do you deal with it? Like, what do you do? Most of the time, you literally just gotta be the bigger person. Hate to put it like that, but like, if I were to go in the jungle, as well as, you know, the Frogadier to go jungle, regardless if I get the last hit on the red and or blue buff, it doesn't matter, because then we'll just share the experience and then we'll both be behind. It's a whole thing. And at the end of the day, it's really hard to call a lane. This isn't League of Legends, boys. Like, when you play League of Legends, you choose a role before you get into the queue or whatever, and you're locked into that role. You know, whatever. If you don't want to play that role, you try to switch with somebody. If they don't take it, you're stuck in that role, right? And then you go to jungle. You're not going to find, you know, the enemy Garen coming over taking your red buff or whatever. In this game, there's necessarily not an incentive to be like, you call jungle, so I call jungle too, let's both go jungle. You know what I mean? It's gonna happen regardless, sadly enough. And it's something we just gotta deal with, for at least for right now, until we get like a new map or some sort of changes or something. But I don't think they're thinking that far into the game yet. I mean, heck dude, they could make a new map where it's not a 10-minute game and it's actual MOBA type ordeal. That'd be really cool. But who's to say? Still a new game, could be a lot of new updates that come up at some point. We don't know. But at the end of the day, we're here for it. As Frogadier sits in that bush for like a minute and some change now, I think. Yeah. Just hanging out. Losing out on EXP. Not doing anything of importance. Look at him. Look how much experience he just lost. Just sitting in that bush. If you're that Frogadier, or if you do things like that, stop. You're probably part of the reason why you lose your game sometimes. For doing things like that, you're really just hurting your team. Thankfully, Cinderace was paying attention and went up there and cleared all the, you know, the red and blue buffs and stuff. So now he's about to be level 9. And that's super important, especially with this team fight coming up. And he got double kill. So hopefully once we get this score right here, he'll be level, there he is, level 9. So he has his Unite move. He's ready to go for this Dreadnought. Which, by the look of things, we definitely have it secured. But anything could happen, you know, welcome to Pokemon Unite. Wow, I know you guys saw that, like, bugging out there for a minute. That was crazy. Now, at the end of the day, we are playing Gengar, and like I said, I normally do play jungle. But you gotta make do with what you can sometimes. And it's actually working out quite fine. And I think that's because I have an Eldegoss as my support. I think if I were to have somebody who was, I don't know, let's say I had like a Zero or a Greninja in my lane or whatever, and I was playing Gengar in lane, I think I would have a rougher time. Because typically, you are playing against normally like a support and or defender, you know, in lane typically. And I don't want someone who's just going to be able to just jump on my face instantly and kill me right away, you know what I mean? I need some sort of wall or support to heal me to keep me sustained in lane as Gengar. Because there's a lot of matchups in which you don't want to fight early game, because you don't have all of your abilities. You need Hex, you need Dream Eater to actually, like, typically win a 1v1 situation. I felt bad for this Cramrex. We kind of put him, like, way behind. And I'm being a bully, I really shouldn't be doing this, but at the end of the day, I'm getting value out of it, so might as well. Especially when I see Ghastly or Haunter coming down here. Get double kill. No problem. Cramrex not going to be able to take either of us down here anyway. And we get the score again. Regardless, there was not a lot of points from me. I'm getting my special attack up with my choice, or special attack specs, so it works out. And on top of choice specs, the new glasses, it gives me both ways, 2 ways to boost my special attack throughout the game. My landing damage on enemy Pokemon, and then my scoring goals. Now there is a cap to the special attack specs, the ones that require you to score goals, there's a cap on those, but that's fine, because at the end of the day you still get a boosted special attack, still do a lot more damage than what you would do without them. That Gengar is lucky he had a check button, because he was totally dead there. But it's okay. We're going to hang out here for a little bit just because Dreadnought is spawning. Also, I'd like to point out, I personally think that Rotom is the new Dreadnought right now. I think Rotom has a much higher win rate. I guarantee I'm about to mess up right here. I sure am. That sucks. That really does suck. It's one of those things, as soon as you miss your ability, it happens to everybody. Me, happens to everybody else, dude, trust me. You miss that ability with Hex, Sludge Bomb, and you're pretty much dead. You're sitting there waiting for your cooldowns, that's it. This is generally one of the other reasons why I like playing Shadow Ball and Dream Eater. I find the abilities a lot more fun, a lot more intuitive. And I don't feel like I don't feel so bad if I were to miss one Shadow Ball, you know what I mean? Whereas if you miss Hex and Sludge Bomb, you're pretty much duck sitting in water, just waiting to get killed. And also, there's a lot more abilities you gotta play around. Like, you gotta know if the enemy team has buddy barriers, how many buddy barriers, you know what I mean? There's all this sort of stuff you gotta pay attention to. And it's not like if you press the tab button, it tells you what items the enemy team is currently wearing or something, you know? If it did, it'd be a lot more beneficial for you to choose your builds and what have you. But no, you don't know if they have buddy barriers. You don't know if they have focus sashes ready to go. It's one of those ordeals. But what can you do, man? At the end of the day, we're here just to play Pokemon Unite. We're here to play Gengar. That's what we're gonna do. And in that situation, all I wanted to do was this zone, because I knew Cinderace was working on that. That's why I didn't go over it and help him out. But like, hey guys, we're doing this. Nah, this zone. That's it. Crustle's gonna be Crustle and take us both out anyway. So at the end of the day. Cinderace is still here, so he'd be able to clean it up.
You're on fire!
Thankfully, this Cinderace is actually pretty good, surprisingly enough. And I think the reason why I think he's actually pretty good right now is because he got ahead in the early game. He got those kills in the bot lane when he did his first rotation because, what is it, Frogadier? Frogadier was sitting in the bush, not getting the experience in the jungle. Cinderace came down, took all the jungle, got to level 8.5, by the way. And Frogadier was almost level 7 almost. So we got ahead early. Gengar. We got ahead early, and this is where we're at now. I'm sorry about that, you know. At the end of the day, it's not really much you're gonna do about it. We're gonna get this objective and move on. Zapdos is coming up here, so I'm gonna try to force this a little bit. Not that we need it. But at the same time, if I force this Zapdos and enemy Pokemon come up here, I'm gonna go ahead and pick them off one by one. I don't typically do this unless you know what's going on, you know where the enemy team is, or you know your abilities if you're able to do this. I felt that they would come up here if I were to come up and start this Zapdos, no problem. And the only Pokemon that I have to worry about in their squad right now is Crustle. So he can take my damage with his shields. No one else can because they're under leveled to me right now. Which is fine. We got ahead, that's the way it's gonna be. We just delete everybody else that walks through. Level 15, level 13, like what else are you gonna do? We'll go up here and see if we can get these double scores and move on with the day. All of us got 50 ball caps ready to go. But that's the problem with Zapdos too, like he got nerfed. And it doesn't feel like he actually got nerfed. You know? The amount of points you get from clearing Zapdos has been nerfed. But 9 out of 10 when you take down Zapdos, your whole squad has 50 ready to go anyway. So guess what? You're going to score 100. So it doesn't really feel like it's been a good nerf. It doesn't feel like the nerf has been substantial or what have you. I just scored 166 points just from what? 130 seconds. It's just oof. I think they could have done better on that aspect. But still, Gengar in lane, not a bad idea. Would it be my first go-to? I mean, I've done it before, obviously. But it's not one of those things in which I would sympathize, you know what I mean? I still think Gengar is better than the jungle, just because of the surprise element. Being able to come out of lane and Shadow Ball, Dream Eater someone down is just a lot more fun. And I think a lot more people have a harder time dealing with you, especially because you get your levels a lot faster. But I also don't think they realize how much damage you do overall, even regardless if you're in lane or not. There he is, pull him up too. But that's the game, guys. Hopefully you guys do enjoy. If you want to, give it a try. Just be careful. Hopefully you guys have a supportive Pokemon with you and or tank. But hey man, this has been Pawse Plays. Smash that like button. We're almost to 1,000 subscribers. We're getting there. Come join the Discord, say hi, what's up? Tell me I suck, I don't care. I'll see you guys in the next one, man. I'm gonna head out. Have a great rest of y'all's day.